In the ancient Egyptian ceremony following the death of a pharaoh, the pharaoh's heart is symbolically placed on the plate of a balance, and a feather is placed on the other plate. Now, if Pharaoh's heart is lighter than a feather, free from guilt, anger, and resentment, then the Pharaoh is entitled to enter the afterlife. If Pharaoh's heart is heavy, then he cannot enter into paradise. The ceremony is the outer representation of a basic spiritual principle. Jesus tells us that it is what is in our heart that is important. An evil man brings forth evil from his warehouse, which is his heart, and a good man brings forth good from his heart. Now, as a man is in his heart, so is he. The heart represents our inner emotional nature. And if our heart is filled with the lower fear-based emotions, then our ego is being fed and it is in control of our life. The ego is into control, power, manipulation, separation. And if our heart is filled with the higher love-based emotions, then our spirit is being fed and it is in control of our life. The spirit is into freedom, empowerment of the individual, support of others, oneness with the Father, and the unity of all mankind. The currency of the ego is judgment. Judgment is what the ego deals in every minute of every day. Nothing is exempt from the judgment of the ego. Nothing is sacred. When the ego is in control, constant comparisons are being made and judgments are being rendered. We are better than some and not as good as others. This is why the ego wants things. Possessions are the outward showing of a higher status and position in the world. A collection of high-value possessions demonstrates an important ego, separate from all other lesser egos in the world. Is this why kings and queens have the finest of things? To demonstrate they really are superior to everyone else? Wealth and power are not the only things to which the ego is attracted. Anything exclusive will do. That is why we have private country clubs and all the other things that are for members only. Many outward expressions of religion have adopted the same mentality of exclusiveness. That's why I was stumbling. Being saved and going to heaven while the unsaved are going to hell is very attractive to the ego. It maintains the elite status in the mind of the holder. Going out and saving more souls only intensifies the feelings of importance and accentuates the separation between people. It's always us versus them, good versus evil. The overriding hallmark of the ego is separation, and it is this separation from everyone else that separates us from God as well. This is the judgment that we are separate from God, and as such really are in need of salvation. The currency of the Spirit is mercy. Mercy is what the Spirit deals in every minute of every day. Nothing is exempt from the mercy of the Spirit. It is freely given to all. No qualifications, no conditions, and no judgments are ever attached to real mercy. It is the extension of God's love, which is unconditional. Mercy heals the wounds to the soul and the spirit, restores sanity to the mind, and calms the raging storm of our emotions. Mercy heals the separation between us and other people, just as it heals the separation between God and us. Mercy unifies us, gathers our common strengths, and overcomes our common weaknesses. Mercy fills the gaps in our needs and frees us from the judgment of our own ego. Mercy is the hallmark of the Spirit within and the evidence of God's love flowing through us and into this world. Our mercy is the demonstration of our salvation and our connection to God. Blessed are the merciful, for the love that comes from God has replaced judgment, and they are free free at last.